may na-observe lang ako. May binabanggit kanina yung lapot contract. Can we know ano yung date na ninotarize yung lapot contract? Can we know the date? Kailan ninotaryo yung lapot contract?
If I may respond, Mr. Chair, the lapot contract was notarized on November 20, 2018.
Oh, November.
November. This was after the approval of the NEA board on October 5.
So paano? Dali Kasi kailangan natin. So November na siya. Tama? You notarized yung lapot contract na notaryo siya November?
Yes, after the NEA board approving or confirming the contract.
Sandali Sige. Anyway, I have a follow-up question later regarding that date.
Okay, before I recognize Honorable Sergio Bagook, I would like to recognize Attorney Joseph Castillo, who has been raising his hand.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just to respond to the statement of President Sai that there is no CAPEX provision. There is one. It was just moved to the next section. Under IMC section number 4, subparagraph N, this is the lapot contract signed. The IMC, the investor manager, may advance capital goods subject to reimbursement from RFSC provided as follows. Capital goods must be brand new, subject to price validation of the NEA and an ERC approved CAPEX plan. So there is the requirement on the investor manager to invest in CAPEX. In fact, we did this already. Second quarter of 2019, we advanced for a 20 MVA transformer to be established, constructed on the Ayala substation. This was completed 200 days later. That was an amount of 100 million pesos. And now, after the September hearing the calls of the good Congressman Dalipe, and in consultation with the NEA, we are also again advancing 300 million pesos for capital goods for Samselco, again to fast track the improvement of the Samselco infrastructure.
Okay, anyway, Mr. Chairman, well, with that statement, it's not so comforting to know the investment is 2.5 billion tapos 100 million yung capex. Parang mali talaga. Plus only to find out that they're adding another 300 million kasi napatawag na kayo dito sa Kongreso. And that is not fast track. It's too late. It should have been done in the first 2 years, 3 years kasi nasa kontrata. Anyway, I do not want to go about that because alam ng mga tao sa Zamboanga City talaga yung problema. Kailangan talaga ayusin yung systems laws, kailangan ayusin yung mga linya at kailangan ng pera para ayusin yon. At sinasabi ng Zamboanga City Electric Cooperative na hindi nga nangyari yung gusto nilang solusyon para sa problema ng Zamboanga City Electric Cooperative. So anyway, you just put on record that of the 2.5 billion pesos na kailangan para iayos ang Zamboanga City Electric Cooperative, 100 million lang ang ginastos.
Mr. Chair, yun po yung in-advance po ng IMC on top of the 2.5 billion
yes,
investment.
Mr. Chairman, ano i-advance? Ang kontrata kasi, ang alam ko, nandun kami lahat sa AGMA, yan ang solusyon na mag-aayos ng problema ng Zamboanga City Electric Cooperative. At lahat ng mga marunong sa kuryente, alam nila yung during the last hearing, sinabi na nila anong problema ng Samselco. Kailangan talaga ayusin yung infrastructure niya. So, ang problema ngayon, lumalabas, nagkaroon ng 2 kontrata. Diba? Oh. Sige, another 5 minutes kasi ibang topic naman to si Congressman Dan.
Yes, Honorable.
So anyway, Mr. Chairman, unless we will move on, I already got the more or less the details. You know, if you will review what the information we got now, it seems that the bidding is defective. Eh, syempre, yung back, naging S-back. Tapos unless they would question the approval of the resolution in the AGMA, baka defective rin yung AGMA. Kasi yung AGMA, nandito ngayon yung nag-preside, nandito yung board secretary, nandito yung general manager, at alam ano yung kontrata na pinasa nila. So, if all are defective, the contracts, whether it is the first or the second contract, whatever contract it is also defective, Mr. Chairman. So, in totality, the investment management contract is defective. Diba? And because, as was surmised, you know, if you follow the Laput contract, the basis of which is the bidding done by President Omar Sahi. Eh sinasabi, illegal nga yung ginawa nung BAC. So kung illegal yung ginawa ng BAC, eh illegal yung kontrata. Illegal lahat. So wala tayong basis ngayon, wala tayong kailangang pag-usapan na investment management contract. Kasi from the start, illegal nga lahat. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Congressman Dagook. But before I recognize Congressman Dagook, the Chair would like to recognize the presence of Congressman J.C. Abalos, Congressman, the Senior Vice Chairperson, the Honorable Bienvenido Abante, the Honorable Vice Chair, Representative Crispin Diego Remulla, Honorable James Ang from Usuwag, Ilonggo. Tapos ito eh. Na-recognize ito lahat eh. And the Honorable Dan Fernandez from the Long District of Santa Rosa City. Yes, Congressman Dagook, you recognize.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Finally, good noon, everyone. Una-una, Mr. Chair, I would like to ask Nia, dalawa po ba talaga yung kontrata o isa lang?
Nia, please answer.
Insofar as NEA is concerned, it is only one. There is only one contract, and that contract is the one that was approved by the NEA board on October 5, 2018.
Okay, pangalawang tanong, Mr. Chair. To Crown Investment, tama po ba yung pagkakaintindi ko na yung kontrata na pinirmahan noong April 17, 2018 is only part of the terms of reference na dapat yung mga sasali sa bidding ay pipirma na in advance ng kontrata. Am I correct with that interpretation of the terms of reference?
Tama po yun, Mr. Congressman.
So sa makatuwid, sa napakahaba nating pag-uusap dito na dalawa yung kontrata, iisa lang talaga yung napirmahan after the September 11 final bidding at nanotaryohan noong November 2018. Am I correct on that, Mr. Chair?
Kanino po yung na-address?
Kay Crown and kay
Attorney Castillo.
Nia.
On the part of Crown, yes, Mr. Congressman, you are correct that the contract, there's only one contract. It is the one notarized in November of 2018, being the contract approved by NEA after the entire approval process of this bidding.
Nia, please respond.
Yes, Mr. Chair, as I have already mentioned earlier, NEA recognizes only one contract, the one that was approved by
Signed by who?
by Laput and approved by the NEA Board of
And
Administrators.
based on the bidding done by
by the Samselco.
who in Samselco conducted the bidding? Can you state on record?
The SBAC and later
Sino yung back?
the SBAC and later on when
Hindi, sino nga yung, simple lang yung tanong, ma'am.
Mr. Sahi ba? Headed by Mr. Sahi?
Si Mr. Sahi ba yung nagbidding nun?
On the last bidding, the initial stage of the last
Sino
bidding,
nag-bidding? Yung nag-award. Sino nag-award nung bidding na yon?
the group of Mr. Sahi.
So, itong lapot contract, ang sinasabi nyo, ito yung output ng bidding ni Mr. Omar Sahi. Am I correct, Nea?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, please continue, Honorable Dagook.
Para balikan natin yung mga pangyayari, paano umabot doon sa September 11, if my recollection is right, there are 3 failed biddings. 3 po ba o 4? Former board president Sahi, ilang bidding po yung nagiging failure?
Yes, Mr. Sahi, please
If I
respond.
remember right, 3, and then yung kaapat, yun nanalo na ang crown.
Okay, so 3, yung pang-4 na final, yan yung nalalo yung crown. Doon sa naunang bidding na failure, Mr. Chair, may I ask the former board president, ano po yung reason bakit nagkaroon ng failure?
During the
Yes.
first bidding, may dalawang who participated. However, on the day of bidding, nag-withdraw sila. Nag-withdraw. They have their personal reasons.
In short, Mr. Chair, yung failure is because there was no bidders who actually attended during the bidding.
Oh.
Yung pong pangalawang failure o bidding, ano po yung dahilan, Mr. Chair?
The same lang ho. Wala yung second and third, nobody participated.
Doon sa naunang bidding, sabi po ninyo, Mr. Chair, ay mayroong 2 interested bidder na bumili ng bid documents. Tama po ba?
Opo.
Doon po ba sa interested bidder na yon, yung 2, kasama po ba yung crown, Mr.
Wala,
Chair?
hindi ho.
Hindi sila kasama.
Hindi. It was only on the fourth bidding na nag-participate sila.
So it was only on the 4th bidding na sumama sila.
Oh.
Now, bakit po yung napirmahan nilang document which is a contract, a contract is dated April 17 kung hindi sila kasali doon sa first failed bidding?
Yan ang hindi ko alam. April 17 because what I know, yung pinirmahan ko, yung after awarding ng winning bidder.
Hindi po ba ang dahilan, Mr. Chair, is yung pong lahat ng bidders na ni-require na pumirma ng advance contract ay ang draft na pinirmahan nila ay yung draft na contract na original na ginamit nyo from the first bidding. Tama po ba yung pagkakaintindi ko doon sa nangyari, Mr. Chair?
You mean yung wala pang wala pa yung winning bidder, nagpirma na yan?
As I understand, at kinonfirm naman ng ni Attorney Castillo, part ng terms of reference ay yung sasali na bidder ay pipirma in advance ng contract. Tama po ba? Nasa terms of reference po ba
Wala
ninyo
yan, wala.
Can we get the answer of NIA doon ba sa terms of reference na sinubmit ni Samselco doon sa nauna na nag-failure? Mayroon po bang requirement na pipirma sila ng advance?
If I may, I really have no personal knowledge of it, but insofar as the 4th bidding is concerned, it was already a negotiated bidding. So the IMC was already negotiated with the Crown Investment under the new or the amended terms of reference.
So, ibig sabihin, Mr. Chair, yung September 11 na final bidding ay that is not the basis of awarding the contract to Crown. Tama po ba?
If I may, Mr. Chair, September
Yes.
11 was the date the Special General Membership Assembly was held. It was on August 30, 2018 that the Zamselco Board issued a resolution declaring Crown Investment as the winning bidder on that negotiated bidding already.
So, ibig sabihin, Mr. Chair, yung katapusan at final na bidding na ginawa nila ni former board president Sahi, yan yung nag-declare ng Crown na sila yung winning bidder using the terms of reference from the first, second, and third bidding. Tama po ba?
Maho, sir.
So, yung terms of reference na in-approve ninyo ay the same terms of reference na in-approve ng General Assembly. Tama po ba?
Tama ho, tama.
So, magkano nga yung amount na involved doon sa IMC contract na yon, Mr. Chair? Pres.
The bid price that Crown presented was 2.5 billion.
Ano po yung komposisyon ng 2.5 billion? Saan po siya gagamitin? Doon sa, I'm talking here of yung na-approve na ninyo na terms of reference. Ano po yung breakdown? Saan po gagamitin yung 2.5 billion?
Can I request the GM? That's on technicality na.
GM, please answer. Ancheta.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Your Honor. Part of the 2.5 billion would be used to pay off the obligations.
Mr. Chair, sorry, GM, no, may cut you short. Matatandaan mo pa ba yung mga specific amount doon sa paggagamitan ng 2.5 billion? Or the IMC, mayroon silang breakdown kasi may kopya sila ng kontrata na napirmahan.
Your Honor, actually the breakdown was from the computations of only around 1.1 plus billion. But the offer was 2.5 billion. I don't remember there was breakdown for where it was 2.5 billion particularly will be spent.
So, Crown, can you give the breakdown of the 2.5 billion na in-offer ninyo? Kaya nanalo kayo?
Yes. Good afternoon, Senate. Sir, may I be recognized?
Yes, Attorney Maranan, you're recognized.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, as part of our submission after the September hearing, we were asked to, in fact, submit a breakdown, which we did. And we have in our submission the exact amounts that were spent out of the 2.5, most of which, if Your Honor please, were to pay existing financial obligations of Zamselco. And this was what was in fact required of the investment manager. And if I may, it was required both in the contract signed by President Sahi as well as the Laput contract. So in both versions of that contract, the requirement of Zamselco was primarily initially to pay off financial obligations, which, if Your Honor please, amounted to almost 2.3 billion went into payment to power suppliers for genset operations for some restructured obligations, if Your Honor please. And that was in our submission.
Doon sa kinonsider na another contract at nasabi kanina ni former board president Sahi na yan yung favorable sa co-op at sinabi naman ng Crown mas favorable yung final contract na napirmahan nila po dahil yung asset ng co-op ay hindi mapasama doon sa can you clarify on that kasi titingnan natin yung amount ng asset na nawala na doon sa final contract as against doon sa naunang contract na mapapunta sa investor. May I ask Mr. Chair, Attorney Castillo?
Attorney Castillo.
Thank you, Congressman. Just an example of why we're saying that it's more favorable. The provision that they cite that the CAPEX is required for us to advance. It's in Section 3 of the April 17, 2018 version. And is subject to reimbursement from the RFSE, plus the advances made by the investor manager shall constitute a first charge against the available cash of Selco, whether from sale of assets, operations, or any other forms of financing. This one is no longer appearing in the final version of the contract that we signed. So there is no security on the advance that we are making.
Pwede bang matagalog ni Attorney Castillo para naman sa kapakanan ng mga nanonood na na hindi abogado?
Sa Tagalog po, kung ang IM po ay nag-advance for capital expenditure.
Doon sa nauna.
Sa nauna. Yung po ay subject to reimbursement at kung hindi ma-reimburse, meron kaming first charge. Ang ibig sabihin po ng first charge kumbaga para may kami ang first rankings kung nag-mortgage kayo ng lupa. So kami po ang may first ranking na bilang creditor sa mga available cash ng Samselco or any sale of assets. So yan po yung sasabi natin first lien. Dito po sa final contract na na-aprobahan na niya, wala na po kaming karapatan on that first lien. So basically yung advance po namin is a clean loan.
Pero ma-recover pa rin nyo?
So, yes, kung may laman po yung RFSC over until ma-recover po namin yung advance namin.
So, clearly, it was provided that the payment of those advances in as far as CAPEX is concerned will be taken only from the
Available
RFT.
RFSC. Yes, sir.
Not from any account of the co-op like general fund.
Like general fund or operations or even sale of assets.
So kung yung CAPEX na i-file nyo sa ERC ay hindi pa ma-approve ni ERC at na-implement yung project, kayo ay maghihintay kailan yun makolekta para mabayaran kayo.
Tama po.
But in the previous, pwede nyong kunin sa any asset or cash ng co-op.
Tama po.
Yung advance. So, finally, Mr. Chair, para lang malinaw, no? For the record, ang is the former board president of Samselco aware of what was mentioned by NIA? The violation is NIA Bulletin 35 because that is the Bible of the co-op, NIA Bulletin 35. Ano po ba yung subject matter sa NIA Bulletin 35? Kasi ilang taon kayo nagiging board president. Are you familiar with that, board president Sahi?
Mr. Sahi, please respond.
I'm sorry ho, hindi ko masyadong aware of that.
Yung NIA Bulletin 35 po, yan po yung Bible ng mga general managers at saka mga board of directors. Delineation of function po yan. Boundary po yan. Kung ano lang yung pwedeng gawin ni JM, ano lang pwedeng gawin ng mga board. So, may bakod po yan. Kaya, yung dinisolve nyo yung ISBAC at kinonvert nyo yung board as nyo ISBAC, lumampas na po kayo sa bakod. Yan po yung sinasabi ng NIA. Si JM din po, hindi siya pwedeng kaya ang JM ay ex-officio member lang ng board kasi tagapayo lang siya sa board kasi ang lahat ng ipapasa ng board ay para sa kagandahan ng operasyon ng co-op at hindi nyo naman alam kasi under that NIA Bulletin 35, the operation of the co-op will be dito the operation ay sa GM po yon. Kaya kukonsulta kayo. Kaya 17 times na inuulit-ulit doon sa NIA Bulletin 35 na lahat ng gagawin ninyo is in consultation with the general manager, in consultation with the 17 times po yon. Kaya nung dinisolve ninyo yung ang isa pa dyan, you cannot implement any resolution passed by the board without the explicit approval of NIA. Nung dinisolve nyo yung ISBAC, na-approve ng NIA yung board resolution na dinisolve nyo yung ISBAC?
We send the resolution, but walang approval.
Oh, so that is illegal. Kasi hindi in-approve eh. Kasi kasama doon sa resolution na yan, yung constituting yourself as ISBAC. Oh, so, but, Mr. Chair, for the record, ang ginamit nila, although dinisolve nila yung ISBAC, at tinuloy nila yung last and final bidding na yun ang basis na na-award sa Crown, wala kayong binago doon sa terms of reference na ginawa nung ISBAC na niresolve ninyo?
Wala ho.
Wala. So, ginawa nyo lang, Mr. Chair, for the record again, na i-dissolve sila para lang hindi mantala yung bidding.
Tama ho, tama.
At ginawa nyo lang yon kasi 3 beses na po nag-failed at naghihingalo na po yung co-op, kailangan nang magkaroon ng capital infusion through an IMC manager yung co-op. Kaya nagawa nyo lang yon as board of directors.
Correct ho, correct.
Ulitin ko, Mr. Chair, again for the record, lahat ng terms of reference na ginamit nyo doon sa last and final bidding na nangyari noong September 11, 2018, ay wala kayong ginalaw doon sa terms of reference na ginawa pa noong na-dissolve na ISBAC.
Tama ho, tama.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Maraming salamat po.
By, Mr. Chairman, unless there are other questions, may final lang ako. So we can move on to the next item in the agenda. May I know from Deputy Administrator Rosan Lee, were you already with the National Electrification Administration at that time when they conducted that, when Mr. Omar Sahi, constituted themselves as the SBAC? Were you with NEA already?
Yes, I was with NEA already.
You were with NEA. You were also with NEA when they were deactivated.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Ang tanong ko lang sa NEA, dine-activate nyo sila kasi mali na yung ginawa nila. Mali na. No? Nag-bidding yung SBAC na hindi dapat sila yung SBAC. So the board converted themselves into an SBAC because for one reason or another nawala yung mga SBAC. According to the President, nawala na sa Zamboanga. So sila naging SBAC. Inaward nila. Pero sinasabi nyo rin, mali yung ginawa nila. Bakit after the AGMA, inapprove pa rin ng National Electrification Administration yung entire process? Dumadaan yan eh. Final yun sa inyo. Ba't tinuloy nyo? Alam nyo na may mali na yung entire process. Mali na. Hindi dapat yung board ang maging SBAC. Correct? So yung president mismo ng Zamboanga City Electric Cooperative, sila na yung SBAC. Yung board silang SBAC. Nag-AGMA pa, nagpasa pa, may representative pa yung NEA. After the ratification in the Annual General Membership Assembly, dumaan pa to sa NEA board. Bakit? Ang tanong ko lang, sa entire process, alam ng NEA na mali na yung ginawa ng Samselco board. Mali na yung proseso. na yung SBAC, na yung board ang magiging Special Bids and Awards Committee. Defective eh. Defective. So bakit tinuloy ng National Electrification Administration yung approval ng kontrata after the ratification of the AGMA? Defective eh. Hindi nga pwede yung ano yun? Head of Procuring Entity ang magiging BAC. Kaya nyo nga sila dineactivate kasi malaki yung kasalanan nila. So ba't tinuloy pa rin ng National Electrification Administration, inapprove ng NEA Board ang kontrata na mismo ang NEA alam nila na defective na yon?
Yes, if I may, Mr. Chair. Well, considering that it was the collegial decision of the NEA Board of Administrators who approved or confirmed the approval of the investment management contract. However, I was there during the special board meeting when the Board of Administrators ultimately approved the IMC despite knowledgeable of what had happened. It considered foremost that it acknowledged that the bidding process from the start was regular because it was conducted by the regular SBAC. And the board, Samselco board, only came into on the last stage, that is the awarding for the fourth bidding. Second, that it was approved by the General Membership Assembly, and foremost, it recognizes that at the time, Samselco needed the capital infusion to be made by the IMC. And that is exactly why there was a proviso when the NEA Board approved or confirmed the approval of the IMC that it did not tolerate or condone the action made by the Samselco board when it dissolved the SBAC and constituted themselves as the SBAC, which is repugnant to the provisions of NEA Bulletin number 35. Thank you, Mr.
Mr. Chair.
Before that, the deputy administrator is trying to state circumstances that will not cure the defect. Yun yung pinaka-last na bidding, yun yung nag-award ng contract. And the bidding was defective because hindi pwede ang mismo board ang may giging back. Ang tanong ko lang kasi, did anybody from NEA inform the NEA board? Kasi kayo, deputy administrator, hindi nyo ba sinabihin yung NEA board? Mga sir, mali yung ginagawa natin. Hindi pwede, tinanggal na nga natin yung board ng Samselco kasi mali yung ginawa nila. Yung award na ginawa nila sa winning bidder, defective yun. Kasi hindi dapat maging Special Bid and Awards Committee ang board. So wala bang nagsabi sa inyo? Kasi in aid of legislation to Nagtataka kami. Wala, kasi kayo yung dapat tumitingin Ang National Electrification Administration, kayo yung kumpas, kayo yung tumitingin sa mga electric cooperative. Paano to nakalusot ng ganito? Na kayo mismo alam nyo, pumito na kayo. Kung sa basketball game pa to, pumito na kayo ng foul Tinanggal nyo nga Thrown out of the playing court. Tinanggal nyo. You deactivated them for that very serious violation. Ang tanong ko lang, ba't tinuloy yung kontrata na alam nyo na hindi dapat matuloy? Inapprove ng NEA board. Wala ba sa NEA? Kasi kailangan, para malaman namin ano bang batas kailangan namin gawin dito na to protect the member consumers from the start, defective. Defective ang bidding. Defective na yung, kasi from the start So, bakit doon sa pinakahuli, tinuloy pa rin ng NEA board yung approval na mismo kayo sa NEA, alam nyo na defective na yung bidding ng Zamboanga City Electric Cooperative in the very reason that the board constituted themselves as the Special Bids and Awards Committee, which is in violation of your NEA Bulletin number 35, which you call the Bible of all electric cooperatives. May violation na dun sa Bible nyo eh. Bible of all electric cooperatives. But binigyan nyo pa rin ng approval.
We will have to give way to the next item in our agenda. But before we proceed to the next item, Congressman, may tanong ka ba huli?
Well, actually,
I would like to recognize Congressman Adjong.
yeah, actually, I was about to ask the question to NEA kung if they found, tama yung, same po yung concern ko with the majority leader. Kasi ang pagkakaintindi ko, upon listening to the exchanges kanina, parang the reason why they were deactivated is precisely the composition of the SBAC is illegal in the first place. So if it's illegal, how come the composition is illegal, but the result of what they did is legal? So yun lang po gusto kong tanungin eh.
Illegal from the start.
Yeah, illegal from the start. Whatever is the result of that should also be considered as illegal. And what prevents NEA from constituting another SBAC again? I mean, they should have at least told or ordered the new composition of the board to appoint a member of the SBAC or the hope to create another SBAC so that they can proceed with another bidding. Yun lang pong gusto kong malaman from them. The same line of questions that the majority leader is now asking.
Point of clarification lang, Mr. Chair.
Yes,
If
last
1 minute. Yeah,
question
just
before
very short.
we proceed to the next item.
In the electric cooperatives, no, AGMA is the highest governing body. So, AGMA, yung Annual General Membership Assembly, once in-approve na AGMA, it doesn't matter kung gusto ng board or ng GM, wala sila magagawa. No, AGMA. So the terms of reference, even though it was not changed, no, and AGMA was approved by the General Assembly, which is owned by the member consumer owners, I think it will prevail. Yun lang po ang ano namin sa mga electric cooperatives. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. Well, that concludes our first item.
For the first item in the agenda.
Okay. We will now proceed to the next. Kaysa na kayo, medyo... In the meantime, the chair would like to... The chair, we will suspend.
Mr. Chair?
Before I suspend,
Before you suspend, can we inform the resource persons present for the first item of the agenda of the Committee on Good Government that when you take up the next item, they are already excused? They can go.
unless of course they are invited in the next agenda, next item, those who are not, wala naman po kayong kinalaman sa next item, you are now excused.
Can you announce what is the next item so that
In the meantime, the deliberation of PS number 376 is now suspended until further notice.